Coming up this week on Two Noobs. Well, you dingbats who wanted the meteor instead of picking the Eagles or the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, you might just get it. Thanks a lot. Next, DOGE is axing government employees already. The goal is worthy, but is the process right? Not sure we trust the process in Philly anymore, folks. Then, just what the drunkards need, a cooler that can chop your fingers off. We've got the latest alarming product recall. And we conclude by continuing our Eagles celebration, Glenn. We are using What If Sports to see how the reigning Super Bowl champs compare to teams of the past. How will they fare? Start the music. Welcome. It is episode 200.
Wait, okay, all right, stop. Will you stop it?
What?
Stop it, Steve. No violent acts. Come on. I don't want to see that. It's I'm going to fine you. $2,976. Oh my gosh, John. What the hell?
Sorry, I like Steve. I promise.
Hey, and Glenn, you pal. I don't want to ever see another asinine comment out of you, pal. That is $25,756 for that stupid comment or stupid comments you've been leaving over the last few weeks. Terrible. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. How dare you? Yeah.
The check goes to.
Yeah, check goes down there. You'll see it.
Two Noobs talking.wordpress.com.
Yeah, exactly.
So it goes right back into my pocket. It's episode 230. 230. Oh,
so I took over the website so we could siphon all the money. What are you, Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It came out of nowhere.
Hey, listen, it's Two Noobs talking. We put the ooh in blood work.
Yes, we do.
All right, John, you wanted to talk about the final Super Bowl
I
celebration.
May I speak?
You may. Go for it.
Thank you.
It's not over 40, but yeah, go.
$5,690 for a violent act. He shot a fake arrow into the sky. You racist piece of shit, Roger Goodell. Can you please get your AI robots off of watching games and finding people? You moron. You're an idiot.
Oh.
He sacked the greatest quarterback of his generation in the Super Bowl, got up mocking the Chiefs, and you called it a violent act. A violent act is when I take my shoe and beat you with it. That's a violent act, and I should be fined for that. Not what this young kid did as a gesture during the biggest game of his career. You racist piece of shit, Roger Goodell. Thank you.
On the grandest stage of them all. Sorry, John. Yeah, I have to, interject that.
I just had to get off my chest. It made me so angry when I
leave
the kid alone.
I couldn't get over the fact that it was $5,690. As if
that's why I say it's AI. Yeah. It's AI literally finding people. They literally run AI and be like, he did a gesture stamp. Like, that's all it is.
Like, how
they
does
can't even do it themselves, these racist idiots.
We have to look up, we'll have to look this up in post-production. I'll probably put it as a fact check alert downstairs. Glenn, what Jalix Hunt's salary was in 2024.
It's probably some percentage.
It has to be. Because that is so arbitrary.
He's a rookie, correct?
Yeah, he is a rookie.
Yeah, so he's making a pittance.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But, I mean, for him, it was so asinine and so stupid, John. It was so ridiculous.
Look, I get, if you point your fingers at somebody shaped like a gun and you're like,
yes.
Yeah.
Even if he shot the arrow down.
Like in the Patrick Mahomes' head.
Yeah, in the Patrick Mahomes' head. After he sacked him, I wouldn't have said a word.
Yeah. That would have been.
He shot it in the air.
Well, you see, shooting it in the air, John, there's more gravitational pull. with the arrow.
You don't know where it's going to land. It's going to hurt someone.
It's going to hurt one of our beloved fans.
One of my coworkers said, "What did Roger Goodell think, that he was going to hurt a fan with the arrow?
He was going to shoot a pigeon out of the sky."
Or a rat or something.
Is that the violent act? Or we
Right.
just like...
Okay, all right. So shooting an arrow into the sky, kind of just blindly, gets you $5,000. Another Eagle, who was it? Milton Williams.
Yeah.
Got fined more money than that.
Yes.
More than
Yes.
double, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yes.
For dunking the ball on the crossbar.
Yeah. Well, you see, these crossbars are made of essentially like a paper mache when they're being held. So it's like when he dunked it with tremendous force.
It was a violent act.
It was a violent act. It upset the balance of the.
Well, they actually don't want you to know that they're holograms, and they just move them for whatever team is, oh, the Chiefs are kicking a field goal. Oh, well,
My question is, what if he laid it up and in? Like if he, up and in, would that have lessened the fine, Goodell?
That's just
Like
a
what's going
technical
on
foul.
there?
No, yeah, it's
That's just a technical foul. The Chiefs would have got to shoot one.
There you go.
what does the AI robot thing?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But what's really funny after all that, violent act, shooting the arrow. Jalen Carter smashing Patrick Mahomes in the face got nothing.
Which is awesome.
Only
totally
though it was
awesome.
probably the greatest highlight in the history of the world. I will say that.
He deserved it.
I mean, it was literally like
He was a runner.
I watched that today. I was watching that mic'd up. Which, if you're an Eagles fan, you have to watch that ad nauseum right now on YouTube. It's like the greatest thing. Like all the mic'd up sounds that they're doing, and the slow motion shot where you see Mahomes like rear up to throw the football, right, and he's gonna chuck it, and Williams strips him from behind, and Jalen Carter comes in with his fists or with his face, and he just pushes it right into his face mask. It was the greatest visual I've ever seen in my life.
If I can use Roger Goodell's rules, as soon as that ball was out, he's a runner. So he is absolutely, he could take contact at that point.
And it was really funny though. If I recall correctly, the Fox announcers were like, "Oh my God, he hit him in the face," and it's like, well, the ball was stripped out of his hand.
Yep,
Well, you still can't hit him in the face.
He's irrelevant.
Sure you can.
though.
You can hit him in the
if
face.
the ball was out, he's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe it was tipped. Because you could knock somebody. You could knock someone's.
Maybe it
block
was
off
part
and
of the script. Maybe if we asked Glenn would know. It's part of the script in the NFL. If we look on page 55, that Jalen Carter was going to punch Patrick Mahomes in the face, causing a
make us
third
all feel-
turnover to happen in the Super Bowl that the Eagles later converted into a field goal. Not the
right.
Cowboys. Anyway.
All right. Well, we're already 5 minutes in, over 5 minutes into this, and I haven't even introduced you people.
Oh, we don't care at this point.
New watchers, John. We got all right. So there, that side
Over there.
violence, jellyfish, John Tracy.
But I'm not shooting an arrow.
Over on this side, violence by mouth. That's monkfish, Matt Craig.
There you go.
And I in the middle, I am stinkfish, Steve. Brown. I looked it up. It's a real thing.
I could see, I
It
could
is,
smell you
it
from
is.
here. Does that help or?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, there you go. Nice.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
He's also a top feeder, not a bottom feeder.
Nice.
speaking of fish and people not listening to this podcast,
Mm.
I happened to see an article just 2 days ago in Philly Voice.
Oh no.
Mermaids are back at the Camden Aquarium.
Exciting.
Oh no.
They
No, get rid of the
clearly-
sturgeons. Get rid of any sharks, sturgeons,
Oh.
whatever the case may be.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh,
According
no.
to the article,
Oh no.
these mermaids will dive in the aquarium's 550,000-gallon Shark Realm exhibit,
Oh no.
which is home to sandbar, sand tiger, and nurse sharks.
Absolutely not. No. We cannot have this happen. No.
I've seen those sharks at that aquarium. They are sizable.
Yeah.
I will say.
I-
and
They're
with
a bit.
and with
yeah.
gnarly teeth.
Yes.
that a sturgeon does not have.
This is not good. This is absolutely not good.
Well,
I would advise against this Camden Aquarium immediately. Please,
I
for the
would
love
say
of
so.
God.
Well, look, some of the lucky ones will instead be at Stingray Beach Club,
there
where
you go.
cownose and southern stingrays live, and those mermaids will wade above the surface
Ah.
as they sing and say hello to guests. They're the lucky ones.
Yeah.
The shitty ones, they get to swim
They
with
get
the
to
sharks.
swim with the sharks.
Yikes.
Please, for the love of God, Camden Aquarium. spare
Please,
Is
yes.
Roger Goodell on the board? I think it is. I think it's his day job.
Probably. Yeah.
All right. Well, while we're sitting here, let's get to the Dubby Energy Fun Fact. Brought to you by Dubby Energy Drinks. Visit them at their website, dubby.gg, or download the app to your phone. Use our promo code 2noobstalking. That's TOONOO talking. You get 10% off your order. Are you tired of being a slave to caffeine?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Not yet.
You,
Sorry,
you
I'm not
guys,
off the train.
one day,
I'm not off the train
Yeah,
yet. I'm
yeah.
not off the train yet.
one day you will learn to do a promo. Anyway, Pineberry Splash Hydration Drink Tub, caffeine free. Pineberries are a unique strawberry that tastes like strawberry with notes of pineapple. W has added just the right amount of electrolytes without compromising taste so that you can drink this any time of day and actually enjoy it. No caffeine, no MSG. Save $3.50 off a $35 tub with our promo code.
Two things I love.
Caffeine and MSG? Really, Johnny?
What the hell?
I can't back that second claim up. I didn't actually look at the ingredients. There might be MSG in it.
Who knows?
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Probably not, but
Probably some Red 40, even though Red 3 is existent. Who knows? The HS Secretary is RFK Jr.
That's
so
right.
Deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
not
Matt.
dealing with it. You deal with it.
Matt, you have the fun fact. So
I
shower
do.
us.
Yeah. February 22nd, 1980. Of course, Two Noobs back then didn't exist. I
didn't even exist.
Steve didn't even exist. John, I think, how old were you back then? Were you like one, maybe
80?
two? 1980. Two?
What was the date?
February
So I was like 1.5 or
22nd.
two.
February 20.
February?
Yeah, February 22nd,
80.
1980. How old were
Born
you?
in 78. So,
So
I was
two.
like one or
One
something,
and a
or
half,
two
maybe?
or- yeah.
Okay. I was
Yeah, one and
like
a half.
maybe 2.5, 3.
Matt's is
3.5,
lower.
4, I think. The
you're
United
old.
States men's hockey team, Olympic
Oh, yes.
men's hockey team, beat the vaunted Soviets 4-3 in not the gold medal game. It was the game prior to the gold medal. They later then won the gold medal against Finland, gentlemen. It happened.
Mhm.
Of course, tomorrow is the 45th anniversary of that fateful game. The men's hockey team the men's U.S. men's hockey team were outshot by the Soviets 39-16 in the game. So almost 2.5 to 1. They trailed 3 times during the entire game. Not only tied, but then got the go-ahead goal by Eruzione in the with 10 minutes to go in the third period. And of course, rest, as they say, is history. It was the greatest hockey game that was ever been played on American soil. Just one of those wonderful memories. You always have to just, you think back to that time, if you were alive back then. Yeah, it was not easy. It was not easy growing up back then. Very difficult. And that just generated a wave of patriotism throughout the entire country after that entire game. So, yeah, 45th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. Can't believe it. It's going to be almost 50 years. In 5 years from now, it's going to be 50 years when that happened. It's going to be crazy. In 2030.
Team USA choked against Canada. So last night.
Well, we had to let Canada win, I guess.
Hey, you know what? I'll leave Connor McDavid right all alone. Brilliant strategy.
Don't worry, Connor Hellebuck will stop
what
him.
you do as a coach.
But that was the greatest hockey game ever played on the American soil, so I don't want to hear it. So there you go.
Okay.
Would've-
I
you
think
know-
I think it was the greatest call.
Oh yeah, easily
Oh, yeah.
greatest call
Hockey,
ever in the history.
absolutely.
Now, as I understand it, they did not do the
No,
Olympics like they did back then,
yeah,
Mhm.
or they didn't do it like the way they do it now, where you get into the gold medal game and you automatically win the gold medal if you win that game.
yeah.
Back then, I believe, had we lost to Finland in that final game, the Soviets would have won gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite us
Something
beating
like
them.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was something like
Because
Some
it carried
weird-
basically what happened
It
was it
made no
carried
sense.
over the standings. So they had two sets of standings. Top 2 qualified, but those standings then carried over, and so then you had to win. Essentially, the
Corruption
Americans had
at
to
its
win
finest.
both. Yeah.
All right.
There were so many offs and ifs, and it was crazy the amount of.
And I didn't even
Soviets.
see that game until like 1993. So
All I remember as a 3.5-year-old was seeing USA 4, USSR 3, and I thought, that's good. That's really good. As a 3.5-year-old, I thought, well, okay, we got
You
one more
had
point.
no idea.
I had one more point. It was like, okay, we have one more point than the team that we're playing against.
We're
We're winning. Yay. Hold on. Wait a minute.
The guys in red jerseys are evil.
It's
But really
43.
good at hockey.
Yay!
That's what I thought in 1993 when I watched them. I was like, oh, they're evil? They're really good at that game.
Boo the
Really
Soviets.
good at that
Boo them. Boo them. They're awful.
There you go. That was Matt back in the day. There you go.
All right. He was a hyper liberal.
Thank God we changed him through MK Ultra and other things.
Yes. A lot had to do with that with my mother. God bless my mom. So there you go.
Thank you, Mom. We appreciate it.
All right, let's get to the over 40 rant brought to you by me.
Uh-oh.
Virginia roads. What the hell?
Oh, God.
And I actually confirmation on this because as I was in Virginia last weekend with my son for a hockey tournament, I happened to run into our good friend Eddie, who lives down there.
Hell yeah.
And I mentioned how bad the roads were, and he
How
agreed
big?
with me.
Yeah.
So this is not just me. This is objectively a
Yes.
bad thing.
Two of the smartest people I've ever met believe that Virginia roads suck. So you know what? Fuck you,
I tend to
Virginia.
believe them. Yeah.
Virginia roads, there is so much like overlap.
Mhm.
When
Yeah.
you look at it on the GPS map, it's just a maze of shit.
It really is. Yeah.
Okay. And you're like, you could, go right, but there's 3 things that go right and 2 things that go off this way. And I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
And there's signs everywhere that say toll, but I never see a freaking toll station.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I'm paying a toll or not.
No, you
Mm.
will be later.
It's right. And then you go up and there's 2 lanes and one turns right onto a road that goes this way.
Mhm.
And then the one over here also turns right onto a separate road that also turns this way. And then they both run parallel to each other.
Oh,
Yep.
What are we doing here?
yeah.
Well, because we had to spend $4.6 billion for the little concrete in
Mhm.
between that.
Yeah.
That's it. I bet you that's what it says on the actual statement.
Now, I remember taking a vacation down to Virginia. What was it, Colonial Williamsburg? And you go down. I went down basically Delaware and into Eastern Shore of Maryland, and then cross over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, get down to Virginia Beach, and then you kind of wend your way up there to Colonial Williamsburg instead of doing the Beltway. And even then, like when I got into Virginia Beach, it was like, whoa, I gotta slow down here, turn here, do this, do that, and I'm like, where am I going? I don't understand the Virginia highway system at all. It was crazy. I
It's
completely
straight,
agree.
but not.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were just so many like overpasses and underpasses that cross over. So it's hard to tell on the map, like where you're supposed to be going.
Yeah.
There's no
And they make you
logical-
change
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Crazy.
And I was staying at the Dulles Marriott Hotel, so I had to go on the Dulles.
Ooh, I know exactly where you
Oh
were at.
no.
Okay.
Oh God. Yeah.
So I had to
Mm-hmm.
keep going back and forth on the Dulles Expressway or whatever it is.
Mm.
And you
And
were in
got off
you were in the dumbest part of that state. I can clearly.
Here's the
yeah.
confirmation. Last day, as I'm going to the rink for the final game,
Yeah.
I happened to glance in my rearview mirror. And what should my wondering eyes appear but a woman driving behind me with her phone like this?
Oh
Hell
no.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
That is becoming so rampant on the roads nowadays. I was next to a guy, just to go off on your rant, I was next to a guy. I was in the passenger seat, someone else was driving. In his phone was in the place where the speedometer is,
Oh.
and he was
Oh,
watching
boy.
Netflix.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Like, the guy who was driving, I was like, yo, slow down for a minute. I need to witness this. he slowed down for a second.
Let me slow down and take a
And
picture.
I made sure that I saw the Netflix logo and everything. Like it
Oh.
was in front of as he was driving.
You should have got a video and then sent it to the Virginia Police Department
Yeah.
What?
with a copy of his license plate.
What the? Like, what are you doing?
That's unbelievable, though, Steve, that woman held the cell phone in her face like this while driving. That's
I'm sorry, yeah. Are we doing a
unbelievable to me.
We're doing a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
And it
Maybe she
wasn't
was
just-
watching us.
I kept looking back, and it was up there quite a while.
Wow.
Quite a while.
Wow.
But there's stuff I need to submit, Steve. There's stuff I need to watch. I need
All
to
right,
be
well,
informed.
you need to watch topic 1
Let's do it.
because here it is.
Yeah.
ABC Eyeball News. The chances of an asteroid striking Earth within the next decade has more than doubled in a matter of weeks, according to NASA astronomers.
Mm-mm-mm.
The asteroid discovered just after Christmas and named 2024 YR4 because, let's just give it random, arbitrary letters and numbers.
Four. Is this? Does he replace R2D2 in the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Replaces. Okay, got it. Okay, go on.
2024 YR4 could strike the planet in December of 2032, according to NASA's Center for Near Earth Object Studies, or CNEOS.
Oh, there you go.
The overall probability may be low, but more than a 2% chance of an asteroid strike is uncommon, said Davide Farnacchia,
Okay.
a navigation engineer with NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Hmm.
Getting something with a probability like 2% is high for us, he said. Now, this asteroid measures between 130 and 330 feet in diameter and large enough to potentially cause localized damage were it to strike a populated city,
Mm.
according to NASA. So, John, are we running for the hills? What's going on?
As long as it hits LA, we're fine. And does this David guy that isn't spelled correctly hate R2D2? Because he apparently replaced him.
2024 YR4, where are you going?
I just think we're being ridiculous.
This is really something, gents. I was reading.
Or this is why Trump's president, because he's preparing us for this.
Who knows? Apparently, I was reading the article that there was an asteroid strike that happened in Siberia in 1908. Apparently, there was.
Oh, yeah. That was,
They
Yeah.
deserved it, though.
Well, yeah, it was Siberia, so no one paid attention to it at that point. But
yeah, it was the Tunguska blast.
yeah,
1908.
1908. So
Yes.
I mean,
That would be bad. I mean,
oh yeah.
If it hit New York City, there'd be no more New York City. Or
Yes.
at least.
Yeah, it's
You know,
about the size
there'd
of
be
the
some in
Statue
New
of
York City,
Liberty, I
yeah.
think, for what I've heard, or something like that. Like the actual size of it, I think, or it's comparable to that, or something.
It isn't a joke, but the likelihood of it, especially what they're saying, what is it, 2032?
Yeah,
2032, yeah.
yeah.
So they're I don't think they have the technology to. They see it coming, but if it hits, let's hope it hits somewhere that isn't populated.
Yeah, exactly. Or it hits an ocean, and you know where. Okay, it lands. Now we got to get everybody away from the coastline and all that kind of
Right.
stuff, and
Right.
that kind of a deal. And you do any sort of precaution or whatever, but there is plenty of time, and that's the thing.
Got some time.
I think
Well, this would seem to be a prime opportunity to use that asteroid deflection technology they
the
tested
DART system.
recently.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
all of a sudden they forgot about that. they just want to tell us it's coming now.
Just something that we could just dink it and just flicks it, and
Were
it
you
just.
just working on something? No, we know nothing. We
Yeah.
know nothing. It's coming. It's
But
gonna
they're
kill us
apparently
all.
monitoring it. Yeah, it's interesting. That's always been the biggest fear, is like this huge asteroid that's going to come and like wipe out like it did with the dinosaurs. Of course, a lot of people have speculated that happening and whatnot. And so yeah, it's always interesting when you read something like this. It's like, okay. So now what? It's like we got another 7 years. So what do we do? There's nothing to do.
Well, it's
at
not
this
a
point.
planet killer.
It's not a planet
No,
killer.
no.
Yeah.
Freak out.
It just makes me in reality, it makes me really think that people that are in these high positions should really be smart, because what we get now
Yeah.
is just blah. Oh, it's coming. Look, it's coming. Like these people, like they have no plan, no idea.
Yeah.
There's no they can't even make a joke about it. They're just like, look, mass panic. Let's talk to the press and
Mhm.
make everybody fearful of this.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know what they're doing.
I wonder if it's Trump's fault though. That's my question.
It probably is.
Who
Well,
knows?
He started.
3%. It's 3% now,
Mm.
which means there's a 97% chance it won't hit us. I like our chances.
Yes.
I like your chances too. Yeah.
Yes.
Certainly, it's higher than normal probabilities for Earth collisions.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of it is, I think it did say somewhere in the article that it's going to be out of sight for a little while based on its orbit.
Mm-hmm.
They can do their best to calculate the orbit, but once it disappears behind Jupiter or whatever it is,
Mhm.
you don't know what's back there. Some small gravitational effect could push it way off course. It could push it right into us. It's very difficult to plot the course given all the gravitational influences that it may counter in its orbit.
Yeah, Steve, correct
And
me if
just as you said that, that's why we should have smart people in charge.
Right.
That would just not tell us or tell us.
Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Jupiter a planet that's not? It's not a solid state, right? It's a gaseous planet that basically has a
It's
very strong.
gas giant. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, so it
But it's
doesn't it
very heavy.
very heavy.
Very
Yeah,
heavy.
has a strong
fast.
gravitational pull. So maybe there's a
Very.
chance that asteroid gets pulled into Jupiter. Or who the heck knows?
That possibility, I think they could calculate
Mm-hmm.
because that would be, it gets close to Jupiter and it's going to suck it right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an easy calculation to make. What's harder to do is, okay, Jupiter's going to deflect it this much,
Mm-hmm.
but then who knows if one of the Jupiter's many moons gets close to that and that has an effect on it by 0.02% and
Yeah.
pushes it this. I mean, the thing you have to remember is, if you draw in a straight line, right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's easy to see where it's going to go.
Mhm.
If you just nudge it just a little bit,
Yeah.
it's off the straight line just a little bit here.
Yeah.
But by the time you get like there,
Yeah.
you have significantly
Yeah.
deviated its path.
And it doesn't take much, to your
No.
point, right? I mean, it's just
No.
a very slight, minuscule change, and then it's just off on that. To your point, it's off that original straight line. So yeah, it's something to watch for at the end. Yeah.
I mean, John thinks we should send Bruce Willis up. I think that would be cruel.
Well, yeah,
Well, I don't like Bruce Willis, so I mean, just
yeah, but he's suffering
he
from
just nudged it
Alzheimer's.
off
Johnny,
with his
come
big
on.
head.
Yeah, John, come on.
1999 Bruce Willis, though, different story. I want to send him up there with Steve Buscemi. Are you kidding me? Come on, it's the greatest movie of all
No,
time.
we
I
need
don't
Steve
know if I'm
Buscemi
gonna say-
here.
yeah, I don't. Steve Buscemi. But
That's
isn't
entertaining.
that more of a reason for this article to be like, hey, let's get into that deflection system that we were talking about before?
Yeah,
This is my whole point. Like,
Mhm.
smart people.
yeah. Kind of get on that, right?
Yeah, I don't know why that's not being mentioned at all here.
It makes no
Frankly.
sense to me.
Yeah,
Like, it was successful, and I'm pretty sure it was probably farther away than this thing,
yeah.
at least at the moment. Can't we
Yeah.
do something about that, or is that, is it-
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
God, in the hands of engineers? Matt, if we landed John's fat ass on that asteroid, maybe we could deflect it a little bit. Oh crap, we're back on.
I mean, my fat ass could do some things. I'm just telling you. I can throw a hip check, by the way. So if you need to launch me,
Redirect that. Yeah.
yeah, if you need to launch me into space, I'm all for it. I like travel. I'll hip check the shit out of that thing. I will look like what was the Penguins guy? He wasn't. It was Shell Samuelson. Ulf Samuelson.
Ulf
I'll hip
Samuelson,
check
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Ulf
yeah.
Samuelson.
Yeah.
55 on the Penguins.
Yeah.
I'll break your hip.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Well, let's find a way to launch you into space.
La 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 la.
Who's paying for this?
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about DOGE a little more because they're doing some things.
We can't
came
get enough
across-
of it. I mean, really. Yeah.
We came across an article that says national parks are suffering as a result of some of the governmental layoffs that are occurring through the DOGE cleansing of all things government.
Mm.
We also saw an article where some workers in the nuclear field were let go, and then, oops, probably shouldn't have done that. So now they're trying to bring them back, although some of them may have already obtained private sector jobs, realized they
Whoops.
could get paid more, and aren't coming back. So,
Yeah.
I think just to start this off, are things moving a little too quickly, Mr. Craig?
That's a really good question. I would say, honestly, I think it is going a touch in the warp speed direction. Yes. There has always been a lot of fraud and abuse. One can only look at the debt clock, obviously, the United States, and see that we're spending way more than we should. I think we're at, what is it, $36 trillion spent, more than what we should be taking in. So this should have been done a long time ago. In fact, I remember, like, you can look at clips from Obama and Clinton back in the 90s, which I was stunned by hearing Clinton saying we should cut the government. Of course, that never happened under his watch.
Load it. Excuse me.
Bless you, John. I brought that up just for you there, pal.
Worst president ever.
Yeah, but it's hard to say. I mean, is Trump operating under what he was promised to do? Yes. Is he going a little too fast? Probably. A lot of people are like going, hey, whoa, wait a minute. What about this? What about that? And we're finding all kinds of crap. And it's not good. Sometimes, again, when you shine the light underneath the refrigerator and you see all kinds of crap underneath there, you're kind of like, whoa, I don't want to go there. And sometimes that's what's happening. I think, though, the urgency to cut, to your point, Steve, what you brought up, the nuclear technicians, the National Park Service workers, the folks that are there, they're like all of a sudden, oh God, and people that are like depending on grants and now they're not getting grant money anymore. There's that fear that's floated out there. It's a legit concern. If you're under, working for the federal government, you don't know if you're going to have a job or not. You have no idea. But neither do you in the private sector. Private sector's an at-will. Most of them are, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's hard to say. I think it's probably, Trump is definitely capitalizing on the momentum of the November election. He was elected to do this. He had a majority of popular vote, majority electoral college. So he's got a mandate to do this. And people were not happy under the last administration where it was, no matter what we were doing, we were spending a ton of money in Ukraine, and yet we only had $750 to help out people, suffering from natural disasters. That's a problem. That's a huge issue. I want there to be balance. I absolutely want there to be balance. I think it's a matter of just kind of slowing down and saying, what are the spending trends that you're looking at that's not helping the country? If you can identify that, that's a great step in the right direction. Then you know that you can cut those things. If you're talking, let's just say like her grandmother is working in the National Park Service. Okay, you're out of here. What if she's been there for like 20 years and she knows the place intimately well? Well, all of a sudden you're that intellectual capital walking right out the door. So a lot
And then you
there,
don't have
but
anybody to open the park
yeah,
now.
Or you give it to a 14-year-old that is.
that might be a bit of a problem.
Right.
That might be a bit of an issue. Yeah. Johnny, what do you think there, bud? I mean,
I have some harsh feelings and some help.
harsh? Okay, I'm sitting down.
Yes.
John has violent acts too.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I have absolutely no issue with what they're doing. I rip off the Band-Aid because it's been
One motion.
it's been so long. I jokingly, when people are like, well, what do you think about this election? I want my money. Like, it's been stolen from me since I started working. I want my money back. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to end. It's a joke, of course. Like, I don't think that way. But I think if we rip it off and figure it out later, I don't mind that process. But also, I'm not beholden to the media, and I'm not reading every article, and I'm not caring about each individual. I want to fix the larger problem. So it makes me a prick in a way, because I want them to rip the Band-Aid off and fix it. Like, I've been a mechanic most of my life. I work in the gas and oil industry. The
Mhm.
quickest way to fix something is by shutting it down and rebooting it. Like it's the best way to do it. And
Yeah.
that's how I come. So it doesn't phase me when it's like, oh, someone's losing their job. Well, if you were doing your due diligence, you were doing your due diligence, and they were doing it, we wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah.
So
I hear you
I
on
don't
that.
have a problem. I don't have a problem with it. But also, I have a problem with Elon and Trump and the media.
Mm.
This is like a circus.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing.
It's-
look what he's doing. They're
it-
just playing a game, and it's annoying.
It's annoying as hell. I
Just
completely
shut
agree.
up.
Yeah.
just shut up. And this has been my Trump thing the whole time.
Mhm.
I don't mind Trump as president. I don't mind him as a candidate. I don't mind him as a person.
Mhm.
The one thing I don't like about him is shut up. You don't need to talk all the time. And
Yeah.
Elon's acting just like him. So shut up. You own Twitter. Just do it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then media, shut up. He owns Twitter. He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It seems like this weird fight between people that don't matter
Yeah.
when they're trying to do something.
It would certainly be helping the country, to your point, John. If there isn't a circus going around on both sides of the aisle. And
Yes.
you're exactly
No,
right.
absolutely.
I completely agree. I think that's what's not helping either side, really, and trying to get to the bottom of all of this. And, it's not easy, of course, but at the same time, it's like when you have do happen all over the place, it's like,
I have one more
okay.
question. The one thing I do agree with. Do you agree with the 2020 60 that they're proposing now?
What's that?
That 20 goes back to the taxpayers.
Oh, was that the $5,000?
20 goes into the deficit, and then 60% goes into next year.
Is
Does
that
that
the
make sense?
is that the whole $5,000
Yeah.
Elon
so
thing?
They're saying 20% Trump, Elon, and then the media has picked it up now. So what they're saying is 20% of the trillions of dollars will go to the taxpayer. The other 20 will go to the deficit. 20%. And then 60% will go to next year's budget to cut spending next session.
I would be all I'd be all in favor
I
of
don't
this.
think.
Yeah.
I don't think you can make that decision until you know how much you're dealing with.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think they were kind of saying it was going to be like 2 trillion, 3 trillion is what they were dealing with. And that's
I don't
when
think they're there
They
yet.
started.
Yeah.
I don't think they're there.
I don't think
That's-
they're there yet
That's
either.
what
Yeah.
that's what they're throwing out the
I have a different problem with what's going on. Yes, it sucks for individuals who get laid off, but that's a possibility in any job, as Matt put it. But what I'm concerned with is they seem to be rushing through this.
Yeah.
And John, I understand rip the Band-Aid off, but there are certain levels of things in government and certain jobs where you can't
Yes.
afford to shut down everything and then reboot because now you have a gap in which something bad, very bad, could happen. You missed the
point.
asteroid that was coming. You missed the
Yes.
terrods coming
great
in
point.
this way.
No,
Such a great
And-
point. Yeah.
And there's been enough. I mean, Trump has been in office barely a month at this point.
Really amazing. Yeah.
And yeah, I understand
feels
the
like it's
mandate
been
and all that
47
stuff.
years.
I know. I understand the mandate, but slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
Okay. This doesn't all need to be accomplished in 6 weeks.
To your
Right.
point, that's such a great point, Sam. I'm so glad you mentioned that because whenever you improve a process, you have to make sure that the old one is phased out and then you ramp up the new one that comes in there so that you don't have a gap, essentially. Like that new process has that new implementation of, what you're doing to make a process much better, faster, more efficient. And that's phased in kind of, in a sense, in a way, slowly. You train somebody up for maybe a month, you get them up and running. Let's just say like a normal business process. You could get them training up ideally in a month, maybe 2. And then you're running with that new process. And then you're making sure you're checking to make sure that new process is running efficiently. To your point, and I think you're right. I think what the government, the DOGE is doing is they're just going into slash, What's coming behind it? Well, we don't know what's coming behind it. That hasn't been talked about, and that's such a great point you brought up.
And that's the problem. And I think that's where the media / the administration,
Mm-hmm.
they're not filling us in there. It just seems like we're only getting the one side of it.
Mm-hmm.
If they
Well-
were able to explain better, I think it would be, but also leave critical things alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's
Like-
already been multiple times where they've allegedly fired people only to realize, oh shit, we have to bring them
and
back.
that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
yeah.
Here's an analogy.
Mm-hmm.
It's I have a desk, okay, and someone who's not me comes and decides, oh, we got to clean the desk. So they clean the desk, and they don't, not knowing what my system and setup is, they
Yes.
screw something up, and now the whole business is screwed up because you touched my stuff without knowing what you were touching.
It put you a month behind because
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. Like
Yeah.
And I feel like the administration is going too fast to try and overcorrect
They
this,
they are,
and they need to
absolutely
slow
are.
down.
Such a good point. Yeah, because essentially, like, if you're going to either cut that or if you're transitioning, let's just say, for example, you have somebody that's been tenured at that particular position. Let's just say that National Park Service is a great example. You have that 70-year-old grandmother or whatever that has worked at that National Park Services, knows it inside and out, right? Knows the gist of it. You can't just cut her and get somebody who's never been there, or someone that has very limited experience, who has never been trained, who doesn't know the ins and outs of that particular area, to come in there and say, all of a sudden, hey, guess what? Now you have the baton, off you go. Well, guess what? That baton is going to get dropped because that person is not going to know when there's a question that pops up, what do I do? How do I fix this? What happens in the case of an emergency? What do I do? How do I break essentially, how do I get to the fire extinguisher if there's a problem, essentially? And if you're not taught how to do that, if you don't have that backup in place, you're going to have issues where it's like that one person in National Park Service walks away with the keys, and then all of a sudden it's like, how do you open how do you open it? Right? It's like you have to break it open with like a lockjaw, whatever the case may be. It's such a great point. Again, Steve, I'm glad you brought that up. It's such a key point in a process improvement. You have to make sure that everybody is up and running, and that there is a plan in place so that when somebody does walk away, business keeps running. You keep humming, essentially. You keep going. You don't just stop, and then all of a sudden you hit that brick wall, and it's like, oh, great, now what do we do? And then you have to kind of work your way around the brick wall. That's another issue.
There's such low-hanging fruit
Yeah.
already in there that you can do. I mean, it's easy, like, oh, $20 million study to find out if beaver saliva is good sex lube. Like,
Yeah.
no, we don't need that.
We don't need that.
That's easy shit to cut.
Absolutely.
But, like, jobs that are entrenched in the system, you better damn well make sure that every single one of those jobs that you're about to cut doesn't have some necessary component that you were overlooking before you cut it.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. And what you should be feeding to the media is the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't be playing the game with the media that, hey, we're gonna go in it. Like, we take your time back there, but throw the low-hanging fruit at the media because they'll be glad to print that shit.
Mm-hmm. And they have.
And that would make us feel better because we'd be like, oh, they're just doing dumb shit. Okay, it's fine, whatever. Like,
I would think like the average American knows that, the government has always spent the money way too much on one of the more ridiculous shits. I remember
they're
growing
terrible
up.
at spending money.
Yeah, they're awful at spending money, like $60,000 for a hammer at the U.S. Capitol, or $10,000 light bulbs or whatever. People know that that's not. You don't spend that kind of money when you could go to Home Depot and get like an LED halogen bulb for like $6 and you just install it in there.
$80,000 just going.
Right, exactly. No one wants to have to deal with. No one in their right mind would spend that kind of money.
But it's got a tourney thing on it, so it's got to be $85,000.
Yeah, it's like, but it's almost like,
But don't you see, this is environmentally safe.
you have that kind of an argument, and it's like, oh, well, you shut the hell up.
When I turn my screwdriver, it turns itself. Like, I'm saving the planet.
Yeah.
My biggest, no, it's not my biggest concern, but my worry is, you're right. Lots of people
Yes.
are okay with like the fact that somebody's finally going in there and cleaning up the crap.
Yeah.
but I don't want them to screw that up
Yes.
in the process. And now if we go back to the way things were because you didn't do this properly. Like, I don't want to go back there. Do it right.
Yeah.
Yes, no, thank you. No, I don't want to go back.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
The time is 10:14 in the PM. Riding with you till midnight with the noobs. I'm Stevie Wonder.
Oh my.
Please don't ever do that again.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Hey, it's when you're the most giddy. That's the most fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Matt's got baby, or not Matt, John. See,
Oh, what?
Yes.
Ooh,
see how late it is?
what?
the hell's
I'm
going on?
confusing the two of you, Chris.
I didn't do it.
You got Baby Yoda on your shirt.
Kyle. Yes, I'm all ears.
Yeah, I see that. Look at that. Oh, geez.
I am
Me-
actually.
meanwhile-
if you've seen the ears, I am all ears.
Meanwhile, I'm just rocking the old temple. There you go. Yeah.
Well, to you,
Get some
better.
temple up in here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a mark making fan.
We're gonna make the NIT
I do
again.
not like Jalen Brunson. I'm just saying, but I did like Rick. So
No.
Jalen Brunson was Villanova, dude. What the hell?
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't like him, but I like Rick Brunson. I don't like Jalen Brunson.
The problem with Jalen, right, when he played for Villanova is what Temple was trying to be. The Temple students didn't really know any better, and they tried to egg him on. Oh, you're not that good. You suck. And he was like, he killed us, absolutely killed us every time. So it's
He's
like,
better than most.
yeah, Temple students, when you rag on somebody, you have to make sure that your intellect is working and firing on all synapses. Don't just tease him just because his father played for our university and he didn't choose to play for us. Just let him go.
So, like when we were hassling
The Hasselbecks
Hasselbeck or
all the years
whatever,
ago,
at
that
the
didn't matter because they
college.
ended up on ESPN anyway, and no one watches
Yeah, right.
ESPN. So there you go.
I don't think it was Tim. I don't think it was Tim or Matt Hasselbeck. It was a different Hasselbeck.
There was like a third or a fourth one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Yeah.
probably
There's
like a
87 of those.
And
kids.
if you don't want to be the third Hasselbeck, you should visit our website, TooNoobsTalking.wordpress.com.
I'm getting into the Hasselbeck family right now. I need to know.
You can watch episodes of Two Noobs on our website going all the way back to 140. If you want to see something before that, it'll take you to our YouTube channel where please like, share, and subscribe. Get those subscribe numbers up. Matt wants to do a live show because, you know,
Hey.
he's just getting to play with technology.
why not, man?
But yeah, so like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Comment. We want to interact with you. You know, Glenn's a jerk, but it's,
Yeah.
By
Glenn
the way,
roots
I
for the
don't care about
Cowboys.
the Hasselbacks anymore because I put Hasselback into my Google machine
Yeah.
and there's Hasselback potatoes. And I'm now, it's a Swedish side dish, thinly sliced baked potato
Oh.
in a fan out with
all
crispy
right. I'm
layers.
cutting you off now. I'm cutting you off. All right, back to the website. There's a box on the homepage. Put your email address in there. Hit submit. You will be notified every time I get around to putting it on a new episode.
And I will force Steve to put that recipe on.
Yeah, I was just gonna
He
say,
does
John,
stuff,
send that
so
to me. Please do send that to me. I want to impress the folks at Thanksgiving, if you wouldn't mind.
There you go.
Here you go.
It's
Hasselback.
all I care about. We
Hasselback.
can't say Hasselback anymore. Who cares about football? We got potatoes.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
But, you know, you two sound like a bunch of drunks. So here we go to topic 3. Better be careful.
Yeah, be really careful with this. Good Lord.
IGLOO is recalling more than 1 million of its coolers sold across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada due to a handle hazard that has resulted in a handful of fingertip injuries, including some amputations. The now recalled IGLOO 90-quart flip and toe rolling coolers
Oh
have
my.
a toe handle, can pinch users' fingertips against the product,
Oh.
posing potential amputation and other crushing risks, according to a recall notice from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, or USCPSCS.
And I think that's the whole reason that we picked that article. Just so you had to say that.
Anyway, IGLOO has received 12 injury reports in the U.S. the Kuspiska notes, which include fingertip amputations, bone fractures, and lacerations.
Ooh.
Consumers in possession of the coolers are urged to stop using them immediately and contact IGLOO for a free replacement handle. The now recalled coolers were sold at major retailers like Costco, Target, Dick's, and Amazon between 2019 and January 2025 for between $80 and $140. So it's been hanging out there for 6 years. You could cut your fingers off.
Crazy.
Let's see. John, how many can I put you down for?
I don't have fingertips. I bought them all. 6 years? Really?
Yeah.
Where the hell is quality control gone?
Right?
Like,
Right? I mean, honestly, that's a great question, John.
I've seen this in multiple industries throughout my career. Where is quality control gone? Like, it's I once, not in this career, but the career before that I was in, that I worked for, I once put up a concept of, we had a bunch of guys that worked overnight, and I found this guy. He was like the fourth on the crew, and he was highly intelligent, and I was like, that'd be a really good quality control guy. So I went to the owner and I was like, so we have a staff of a bunch of these guys. Like, this guy would be great if he just followed up on things and was like the manager of everything. And he was quality control. Basically, I explained. He was like, why the fuck do I need that? And then I was like, I put in my 2 weeks, like a week later, because you need that. Like, that's the first thing you need. Like,
Yeah.
that is the point. Like,
Yeah.
you have people that work and you have people that check your work, because if not, you cut people's fingers off.
But that's not what we want to have
Why
happen.
not pay a guy $100,000 to make sure that doesn't happen, or you pay $100,000 to everybody in a class action lawsuit?
Well, yeah.
Right.
So you're paying like $17,000
Kind of goes
because you don't have one guy.
kind of goes back to what we were talking about with DOGE earlier, gents. I mean, it's like the lack of quality control is a huge issue. Again, it can spring up more problems, like with IGLOO, because again, this all circles back to now they've got to go back. And I love the fact, oh, you know what? Instead of giving you a brand new cooler, we'll give you a new replacement handle. Oh, to do what exactly? You want me to reattach it to the same cooler that I just lost my fingertip on?
Yeah, then I cut my fingers off and I can't put it on.
What are we doing, IGLOO? Come on now. I mean, give me a break.
Well,
what is
it's
going
like-
on here?
It's like car recalls. You're going to have to take it to your local IGLOO dealer and wait there 3 hours while they put on the replacement
And
handle.
he's gonna fuck it up. He's gonna fuck it up. Like,
Oh, you know what? I
Grief.
also found a problem with your cooler in there, the cooling coil. We're going to have to replace that.
Yeah.
That's going to cost you, though, because that's not
that'd
a
be
recall.
$40,000.
You need a Johnson rod in here, too. We need to make sure this Johnson rod's fit in there.
Clear coat. You need clear coat on the outside.
It's not good.
I mean,
This is-
if you don't put the clear coat on, you're just going to sandpaper your skin right off when you rub across the top of the cooler. Whoosh.
What motion?
Here's-
Right off.
Here's the thing I have with the human race. What are you, humping that thing? Like,
Oh, you're not supposed to?
when I have a cooler, I carry it to places like this.
Oh.
Seems like these people are intimate with this thing.
Look, I don't think I have it, but I've seen the coolers where they have handles on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what this is, but they have handles on the sides that like shift up and down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Instead of kind of rotate, they like you pull it up or it falls back down. And I've had like pinched fingers in those types of handles.
Sure.
Because it's not stable to me. I don't know why you can't just have a handle that sticks up and you just hold it.
Locks in a position, doesn't fall, whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see where they, just in the rush of, hey, we're going to put a handle on here that you could pack and go, whatever.
Yeah.
You're not thinking, oh, yeah, if this goes the wrong way, oops, there goes my pinky.
Right. Yeah.
So yes, people can be dumb and hump their coolers and do stupid shit with them. But
But quality control is
flaw.
responsible. But
Right.
quality control is responsible for that.
Yeah.
Because quality control needs to know that someone might hump their cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah, well, it's all thanks to lawyers like me who are very litigious and
Just
hey,
buy a Yeti. They won't kill you, and they're awesome. I'm just saying.
Right.
better
I'm
yet,
not paid for this. I'm just saying they're awesome. That thing hasn't hurt me once.
better yet, $10 gets you a raffle ticket. You could win a Yeti cooler
There you go.
worth a crap ton of money, and it's stocked with stuff.
Yeah.
See, DM me. All right, John, if you finished with your cooler,
No, it's still awesome. I almost wanted to come. Do you want to come into the show? Do you want to fill in?
I got my Yeti bottle here, right here, Johnny.
There you go.
This is one of my favorites.
If he could walk, he would totally come over here. But right now, he's like, "I'm a cooler. Shut up."
all right, leave your lovers to the side, please, as we go into topic 4. Okay. No, don't ever do that again.
What?
That was in my ear.
Well, there you go.
You freaked him out a little bit.
There they go.
Damn, bro.
Oh my.
Oh my. I have sex with my cooler. but it has to have the clear coat because otherwise, ooh, chafing.
It disagrees.
This is what happens when it turns to 10:30. All right, topic 4. We are still basking in the glow of the Eagles winning their second Super Bowl in 8 years.
Why not? I mean, honestly.
Why not? This is as
We
close
didn't
to
think we were ever going to win
we've
one.
never been.
Yeah. We never thought we were going to win one. Now we
Yeah.
got two.
I know.
Now we have 2 in 7 years. What the hell?
Now we are drunk with power. So,
You will all run, not Saquon Barkley.
Oh goodness.
so what we were curious about, we were discussing off camera, was how does this team that just won the Super Bowl stack up against kind of some of the teams we remember? And one of the ones that popped into my head instantaneously, because one of the more dominant runs I'd ever seen was the 1994 trounced the Cowboys in hilarious fashion in the NFC Championship game, and then destroyed the San Diego Chargers afterward. So we've previously, not on the show, but again, each of us has previously played with this website called What If Sports, where you can, for any sport you want, except maybe, I don't know, pickleball, put in.
They don't have their mainframe up for that yet.
You pick
Soon.
2 teams from history, and it will automatically simulate a game between those 2 teams. And you can even pick like weather conditions. And so we thought we'd play with that a little bit this week and see how the 2024 Super Bowl champion Eagles do against some interesting competition.
Yes.
Please change the playbook to balanced, or Saquon Barkley is going to run for 17,000 yards, and
Yes.
Jalen Hurts going to throw for 5 yards.
I guess we'll go balanced. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
which team do you want to face off against first, Jen?
So you're already on the 94 Niners.
Oh, okay. So we'll go there.
We're
Okay.
good. Set away.
Okay.
Balance, which I think is good.
Yeah. Okay.
What stadium do you want them at?
Yeah.
Didn't we decide in pre-production we were just going to do neutral site?
Okay.
Yes.
We'll do a neutral site. And I guess
Any
we'll
of
pick
your
somewhere
favorite site?
weird.
Anything we got? Gator Bowl. Let's do the Gator Bowl. Let's make
Gator
it.
Bowl.
Let's make it work in Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, I'm trying to find
Gator
it.
Bowl. Gator Bowl.
Where are you here?
Where's the Gator Bowl? I think it was up. I think.
The Gator Bowl, yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
stupidly
Gator Bowl.
use the
Yeah.
in the
Oh, there.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Gator Bowl. There you
Bam.
go.
Okay,
There
so
you go. Make it 90 because it's
No,
probably
no, no.
Florida all the time with random precipitation.
I'm hearing a no on the other side of the aisle there.
yeah, I was
Mr.
going to go
Murray.
the other way, like a cold day in Florida, like 50.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be 50?
Yeah.
Okay, so night game, pretty much. All right.
Night game. Yeah.
Any precipitation, wind?
Always precipitation. Always. And it's normally heavy.
Yeah, but it's only for 15 minutes, and then it's back to hot and humid.
All right, so what are we doing here? What are we doing with the
Medium.
Medium? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Medium. Yeah.
It's going to be an ugly game. So
Yes.
ugly.
Any wind at all or no?
Light wind.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
well,
light-
There's
like
not a lot
yeah.
of wind in Florida.
So that is our stadium. We're gonna stick with that in every game.
Okay.
that-
Okay, the Gator
Okay,
Bowl
all
in
right, so
Jacksonville,
that- yeah.
Florida.
Yep.
All right, so
Okay.
here we go.
So simulate away.
3, 2, 1. And the 49ers win 24-17. So Saquon had a 69-yard touchdown run,
They did that on purpose.
but then you had Jerry Rice and Ricky Waters with 2 touchdowns to win the game, basically. Tie the game and then take it. Ricky
So
Waters.
it was Saquon and Jalen versus Ricky Waters.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
Jerry Rice.
Jalen, though, threw 2 interceptions. That's not good.
Ooh.
And Steve Young threw none.
Yeah. He didn't throw any touchdowns, but
Wait a minute. How did Rice get a touchdown then?
running.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was running.
Yeah, 25-yard
Dude,
touchdown run.
In any game ever, if you told me that Steve Young in '94 went for 11 for 15 for
115
11,
years.
what is it, 11 for 15 for 115 yards, no touchdown, no interceptions. He got his ass kicked.
Right?
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen.
That would
See,
never happen.
Eagles with 6 penalties. None for the San
Whoa.
Francisco 49ers. So already
See? They were
there's a
cheating back then,
conspiracy
too.
here. What's going on there? 9 of 16 third down conversions for the Eagles. 2
Wow,
of
that's pretty
8
good.
for the 49ers.
is
So,
pretty
yeah,
good.
that's
Well,
very
the,
good.
the Niners were just efficient on first and second downs.
That
then.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I would read that. Yeah.
And for who for what got the player of the game. Let's move on.
Well, I think we can all agree Saquon is better than. I mean, I love Ricky Waters, but he's better.
Yes. Yeah.
But
yeah, head to head. No question.
Steve Young, I would put over Jalen Hurts, and Jerry
would.
Rice, I would put
Yeah,
over
100.
AJ or any other receiver.
Yeah,
So.
100.
Yeah.
You're talking
I'm not
double,
surprised by
yeah,
this outcome.
double Hall of
Yeah.
Famer. Yeah.
All right.
And we were looking at the defenses.
Yeah.
Like that defense, the
close.
94 Niners had Deion Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
Merton Hanks, Ken Norton Jr., Dana
Mhm.
Stubblefield. That was a stacked defense.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
A young, what was his name? I can't remember. He was a defensive end.
Oh, Dana Stubblefield was a young
That
rookie.
wasn't- but they had a defensive end that was pretty good too.
Well, they had Ricky Jackson on the team. They also had a few others that I can't remember off the top of my head, though, Johnny.
They were pretty good.
They were a pretty good team,
Pretty
though.
damn good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Glenn would know, right, Glenn? You'd know.
Oh, he was there when we watched that NFC Championship game at my aunt's house on the big screen. Back when big screens were hard to come by.
Yeah. So he saw it in all of that spectacular
Oh,
glory.
yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
All right.
All right. Somebody
Next.
pick a new team.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Let's go. Let's go. I want to do it just for fun. Let's do the 17 Eagles championship team
Oh,
to
okay.
get it out of the way.
So who would be the better between the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion? I guess we'll do balance, I guess, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Balance of-
why is
Ooh.
Carson Wentz the starting
Carson,
quarterback?
we can edit that depth chart, though. Let's see if we can do that.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
do
that's
because
right.
I got.
So we
I
got Nick
with that.
Foles, right? And then Sudfeld is the backup with Carson as the.
There you go.
There we
We
go.
grade him.
Yeah.
Can we cut him?
Okay.
Hold
No,
on.
we can't.
Now, before you simulate it, thinking about this the last couple of weeks, I think this year's team is way better than that.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with you. I
That-
think I said that during the playoff run. I thought they were. It's
The
different.
17 team was patched together,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the running back situation, they just plucked guys. You know, look at
Howie got
and Jay Ajayi. He got lucky with a lot of free agents.
Yeah.
signing.
Yeah.
signing LeGarrette
Our
Blount.
secondary was patched together.
Mhm.
Running the linebackers were patched together. Yeah, this
Alsh-
team is built.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas the 24 team is like, to your point, built. So, okay. Any weather. What are we doing here?
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Medium precipitation, light
Light,
wind,
50 degrees.
50 degrees. Yep, we're playing in the same conditions.
3, 2, 1. And a slugfest. The 2024
Ugly.
Eagles,
You know-
13 to 6. Go on.
You know what? That defense would do that to that offense. And it would be Jake Elliott.
Jake Elliott with 4 field goals. Well, actually, there was the Philadelphia Eagles in 2017. Yeah. Two different Jake Elliott's.
4 field goals as 2 different people.
Yeah, exactly. Saquon goes for 55 yards. Meanwhile, LeGarrette with 107 yards rushing. Interesting.
Leading receiver was Aguilar on the 2017 team. How about
That's
that?
funny. That's funny.
AJ, though, with the touchdown. That's the only difference in the game.
Who's the player of the game?
The player of the game is AJ Brown. AJ Brown was your player of the game.
The 2017 team had 7 penalties.
Ooh.
Bad boys.
Yeah,
Nick
Dennis
Foles.
Barnett was on the team, so
I would blame the weather for this. 8 of 18 out of Nick Foles in the rain. It's getting a little rough here, Johnny. We need to kind of, I think, reduce the precipitation here. Yeah, that kind of a deal.
Not having a good time.
Not having a good time. Cooper DeJean, though, with an interception. Reed Blankenship with a pick. Malcolm Jenkins with an interception.
All my favorite players
In
right
that
there.
game. There you go. Anything
wait
else?
a minute. Who was the other passing there under Foles?
Sudfeld.
Oh, wow.
Because I
Sudfeld.
put Carson Wentz as third string.
Well, I'm just shocked. So they brought Sudfeld in because I guess Foles wasn't doing the job.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. We'll have to look at maybe at the play-by-play.
And he
which
only had 7 less yards than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. But yeah, the penalties, let's see if there's any controversy here. 3 fumbles lost by the 2017 team. How about that? 1
That's
penalty
very
each for
shocking.
5 yards. That's it. 1 penalty each for each team.
Okay.
Crazy.
Oh, I was looking at
Team.
third down efficiency. My bad.
Yeah.
You were just moving the screen too fast.
Yeah. Pretty,
All right.
yeah, so it's interesting there. But yeah, 3 fumbles lost. There were 5 turnovers by the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles. Only 1 turnover by the 24 version.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's go to the 2020 Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you're talking Tom Brady and
Yep.
Okay.
I want to beat Tom twice.
All right, and so we're probably looking at balance as
Wow,
well.
they were 11-5.
11-5.
Yeah, they were.
Wow.
They were.
Yeah, 11-5. They were, I think, a division champion, but they had to go through the wild card round, I think, to get there,
Okay.
and that kind of a deal. So, all right. I'm not going to do anything with the precipitation this
That's
time.
fine.
Is that fine with you, Mr.
You want
Tracy?
to-
50 degrees
what is
up.
it? Yeah.
You want 50 degrees? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a nice clear night in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So-
3, 2, 1. And in a very close game, your 2024 Eagles beat the Bucks by 1, 31-30. Look at that.
Second quarter.
Yeah,
It's like Tecmo Super Bowl right there.
They were
40
slinging.
45 points. That was great.
Look at the score box.
That's nuts. 55-yard touchdown run by Saquon. Chris Godwin with 2 touchdowns.
Godwin, and then Gainwell runs, and then Evans scores, and then Shipley scores.
And
Shipley?
Will Shipley, yeah. Crazy. 33 rushes, 236 yards, averaging
Oh, man.
7.2 yards per rush for the Super Bowl champions. That's
I'm not mad at
crazy.
that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Only 1 turnover in the game by Jalen. Passing yards down. Time of possession, Tampa with 34 minutes, but I think there was probably something. This guy had a lot to do with that. Look at that. 17 rushes, 214 yards rushing out of Saquon
And 2
Barkley.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
And 2 plus 20s.
Yeah. But Shipley, that's got to be a sneak or something.
Well, after he had 214, they just put other guys in.
Wait. Shipley had 3 carries for
Minus
minus
2
2 yards.
And a touchdown.
1 touchdown.
That's got to be a record.
Yeah. 5.8, I think, in scoring for fantasy football right there. That's
And
hilarious.
no tush push. There was
No tush push. Yeah, exactly. Goddard with 35 yards receiving. Godwin, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brady, 16 of 21, 238, 3 touchdowns, all in the second quarter.
Wow.
But Jalen, 9 of 13, 113 yards passing. Interesting. Nolan Smith, who I found out today, guys, separated his shoulder when he was playing in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he had to have surgery for that.
Oh, hey.
Nakobe with a sack.
He'll be fine.
The Axeman Jr. with a sack on Tom Brady. How about that right there? That's pretty good.
Tom may fast.
Yeah, not too bad there.
The fact that Bryce Huff even had a tackle is null and void completely. But I'll leave it at that.
That's a wild game. My God, Tampa. Look at that back and forth like that. Jeez, that is like Super Bowl 52 vibes all over the place there.
Yeah, that would have been entertaining and maddening at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And especially in that second half, there's only one field goal out of each team. That's crazy. Halftime adjustments.
Second half would have been boring.
Yeah, exactly. After that second quarter. Yeah. Yeah, it was 28-27 at the half, by the way, Eagles. So, yeah, 31-30, the final. All right, what else you got? Any others?
Anybody? Or do you want one from me?
Let's go with
So we do 2 more.
Let's run the Buccaneers. Do the 2002
Ooh.
Buccaneers.
The most hated team in the history of the world. The 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers ruined my
History
life.
Of the world, I think is.
I don't feel that way about that, but okay.
Little much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll tone that down. Sorry about that. They were horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I actually think I hated Carolina more because Ricky Manning Jr. was a punk.
Yeah. Yeah. And they should have won that game, by the way.
Absolutely.
They should have definitely won that game.
Well, they injured McNabb. They busted his rib or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right. So 50 degrees, no precipitation, no wind.
Cool.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Let's do it.
Oh, come on.
And in the second half,
Let's not even talk about it. They broke our hearts again.
Well, Jahan Dotson with a 73-yard touchdown run. That was pretty much it.
Love you, Jahan.
Wait. Go back up. Michael Pittman, 79-yard pass. Good Lord.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen on this
That wouldn't happen on this team.
Green.
Yeah, exactly. That is bullshit. That's bullshit. That's so bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay. Oh, wait. We can play that again. Hold on. Oh, okay.
Cut.
We're
going to fix that in post.
Yeah, exactly. All right. How about one more before we get out of here?
Let's do the 2013 Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, Legion of Boom.
Yes.
Interesting.
We're talking defense. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, you got Russell Wilson, of course, and Marshawn, and yeah.
By the way, kiss my ass, Russell Wilson. I saw what you did to fucking Jalen this year. You're a piece of garbage. Not paying attention to him. They were talking at the sideline, and he was on his phone while they were talking. Fuck him.
Oh, really?
Well, see, that's why I said he does not count as one of the active quarterbacks for the Super Bowl.
Yes. So agree. I hate.
Same for Aaron Rodgers and same for Joe Flacco. They're washed. So they don't count.
All right.
Under it.
All right. Everybody happy? Satisfied here? Okay, here we go.
Better beat him.
3, 2, 1.
Washed.
Hey, there you go. 20-16. Your Super Bowl champions win.
Look, they ran Marshawn from the 1-yard line. How about that?
Shocking.
They got out to a 10
weird slant pass?
They got out to a 10-0 lead, 13-3 at the half, but then Saquon with a 16-yard touchdown run and Dallas Goedert gets a touchdown. 17-13. Seattle draws within 1, but then Jake Elliott with under 2 minutes remaining, 20-16 the final. Saquon is your player of the game, going 20 carries, 96 yards, and a score. Dallas Goedert, of course, with a touchdown. Jalen 11 of 18, 166 yards and a touchdown, also an INT. Russell Wilson, that punk, 16 of 29 for 197.
That's light for 13 Russell.
Defensively sweaty with the interception.
the best.
or the sack, I should say. Sack, I should say. Sorry about that. Yeah. And
Fact check.
yeah. I corrected myself.
I gotta call bullshit again.
What happened?
Bryce Huff has a tackle again.
As does have
That
one
dude's not
tackle.
off the training table most days.
Yeah. Jake Elliott, though, money. 40 and 30-yard field goals.
You know where Zach Bond's getting his money? You know where Zach Bond's getting his money?
Yeah.
Bryce Huff.
I think we ought to do one Dallas Cowboy, and for our good buddy Glenn. I would say the 1989 Cowboys would be a great selection.
Oh, that's not.
You can do
fair.
that, but I say we go 93 or 94. Steve, what
Yeah,
do you think?
do the 89 one, but let's do a legit one.
Okay.
As a rib, Glenn, we're gonna do the 89.
Okay. Well, we have to end this on a good note. So why don't we go up against? We'll do the 92. I think was.
Or do you want to try and get revenge on Barry Switzer at 95?
Oh yeah, because that team was
hated-
flawed.
Yeah, do the 95.
Let's do 95.
Yeah, do the 95.
Yeah, because they were a flawed team, and even Glenn would admit to that.
Just Hall of Fame.
But they were a flawed team, and
Hey, we'll even give it to you, Glenn. Do it in Jerry's place.
oh, you're doing AT&T
The
Stadium.
new Jerry's place. The new Jerry's place, though.
Let's see if I
The
can
ridiculous
find it here.
one.
where
I've
is
got more money than everybody else stadium.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Dallas here.
That thing is right
these are
there.
the old ones.
Cowboy Stadium. I saw it.
Not this one, right? Or is it Cowboy Stadium?
That
Oh, there we go.
Texas
Arlington.
Stadium.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're all in the same fucking place.
All right, guys.
Not Dallas.
Not Dallas.
Not Dallas.
All right. All right, click and pray.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Pray for justice. Pray for justice.
Hey, look at that. Woo! In your face, Glenn. 28-27. It looks like, wow. Dallas with a 27-14 lead and choked in the last.
But hold on, it would have been 8
touchdown.
Yeah.
With
It
18
would have been
seconds
8
to go.
points less because Chris Bonio is an Eagles kicker, not a Cowboys kicker. So, you don't even get that kicker because he's ours.
Saquon,
Not in 95.
Saquon, the player of the game. That's fascinating. Despite the fact that the refs were on the Cowboys' side, 3 penalties to 0. Glenn.
I'd like to see what those penalties were.
Yeah.
Probably all false starts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, 3 for 10. So that means that's probably a couple of false starts and maybe offsides at the I don't know.
How can you unless you're getting half the distance to the goal?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's probably
Maybe they're
for 10
trying to
is
stop a
hard.
tush push.
Yeah.
3 for 10 is hard.
Yeah.
Check
Saquon.
for turnovers. Check for turnovers.
Turnovers? All right.
Yeah.
None. No
Oh.
turnovers at all.
Wow,
Oh,
clean
0-0.
game.
Clean game.
Nice.
Wow.
Emmett with 27 for 129 and 3 touchdowns. But Saquon, 18 for 161, 2 scores. Jalen had a touchdown rushing as well.
Nice.
I have a real problem with Emmett running for that much against this defense. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, you watch this defense all year. Like,
Look at that defense, though.
I don't
0.
even care if the Hall of Famer is running.
Oh,
against this
John,
team.
look who had a sack.
Oh, that is bullshit.
Bryce Huff accidentally gets a sack.
Bullshit.
Bryce Huff
He-
gets
he-
the accidental sack
He
there.
rolled over and just happened to land on Aikman.
The coach threw him in the game, and the game was still going on, and they ripped someone off the field.
My question is, where's Devontae? Where's Dallas Goddard? What the hell's going on here? There's only like 2 receiving guys
They
that
were
caught
shut
balls.
down by the almighty defense.
Dion, you know what? Probably Dion was on
Deion covered
Devontae.
everybody.
Yeah.
He covered the entire wide receiver corps.
Yeah. That's amazing. They were up 27-14 in the 4th quarter, and like the dogs that they were, they choked away a loss. 28.
Wait, go back down. Go back down. They were up 27-14 with 4 2:58 to go in the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you let Saquon Barkley beat you?
Well, let's see. I mean, there is play-by-play here. That's really the coolest thing about this. You can also like
Yes.
scroll in on the play-by-play. So let's check this out.
Go down to the end of the game.
Yeah, so here's 27 to 14. So you have the field goal. The field goal here. So it's 27-14. So incomplete. Then a scramble by Jalen. Gets the first down. No gain. 29-yard pass by A.J. Brown. Then a 27-yard touchdown run by Barkley. 27 to 20. Then the extra point. Wow. Dallas goes 3 and out. They go 3 and out at the 40 at their own 47. They elected to punt the football.
Wait, 3rd down and
4.
and they ran who's Williams?
It's gotta-
Calvin Williams?
Who would that have been? Let's see. That
2 yards on a sweep left. I think it's a wide receiver.
it's definitely wide
Yeah.
receiver.
Kevin Williams. They
Kevin
ran a
Williams.
wide receiver sweep on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, jet sweep, and they get stuffed.
Oops.
Yeah. So you have that happen. Let's see. I'm gonna try and make this here. There we go. So yeah, the 4th down, they punt it, and then the Eagles go all the way down. Couple of passes to A.J. Brown. Overthrow to Goddard. Pass to Brown again.
I like how it says Brown makes a nice catch. Sheds a tackle
Before getting leveled, 16 yards. Yeah.
Very specific.
Call a couple.
AI play-by-play. I love it.
Look at this. You got a timeout, 1st and goal, scramble, draw play before runs out of bounds, scrambles for no gain, call timeout, and then a pass in the end zone on a reception by Saquon. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Wow. And then with the last 14 seconds, incomplete to Michael Irvin, sacked by Bryce Huff. Dallas calls timeout.
Which is complete bullshit.
And then to end the game, he gets sacked by Josh Sweat to end the ball game.
You
28.
should just say to Joshua, sacked him twice because
Yeah.
Bryce Huff wasn't on the field.
Well, I think there we go. We got an ad. So there we go. So I think we'll end it there. I think that's pretty
Anybody
satisfying.
Yeah, let's end it on that.
Yeah.
Don't even give the 89 Cowboys a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they would. So let's
I
get out of
know.
here.
I know. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, it's late. I'm tired. You have watched
sir.
Two Noobs Talking. You're awesome for sticking with us for this whole time. So leave a comment that says I'm here. And if you're Glenn, we'll cancel you somehow.
Oh yeah.
Super Bowl champ.
There you go.
John had to show his boobs to get those beats.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I got some heavy ones. Too.
His cooler likes him that way.
All right, we gotta get out of here.
All right, we gotta get out of here. So until episode
We've
231
been
next
censored
week.
by Matt. That's hilarious.
All right, just get out.